rude.
So to those who don't know, I actually originally filmed my Ask Me Anything video last week in a controlled environment. But the audio did not freaking record, so I have to record this again. But I'm gonna be taking you on this
YouTuber.
I'm gonna be taking you onto this journey where we're going to be in California, more like you and me, and then I have some friends here as well who are going to be video bombing into my video. And they actually gave me some of these questions that you guys sent to me on Instagram. So, hey everyone, tomorrow I'm going to be filming a Ask Me Anything video. You can ask me anything about technology consulting, careers, myself, or New York, or anything like that. And Charlotte wants you to do it as well. And look, even Dawn came to greet you. So we'll see what the reaction is to my answer.
We got you guys.
Got you guys. So the first question I have here is, okay, you want to ask the questions? Go ask the questions. Meet Sally.
What career would you have pursued if you didn't go into tech consulting?
Okay, so actually I thought about this too, because like before I even joined my career in technology consulting, I was thinking between product management, project management, and technology consulting. So back then I would say product management, and still to this day I would say that, but actually I would even consider UX design now, specifically UX design, not UI. And then now I feel like I would want to be an entrepreneur. And the funny thing is, like back then I was like, I don't want to be an entrepreneur because that's just too much work, too much money, instability. But I think if I can find some kind of stable income on top of that so I can be an entrepreneur, I would do that.
Another question. What books do you recommend for folks trying to learn more about consulting in general?
I honestly don't think there's a lot of books on consulting because it really is on a case-by-case basis as to like, okay, with this client, with this industry, with this situation, like let's say for example the pandemic, there's no freaking books on how a company should react to that. So it's really just analyzing it at that time. I think like the books that could help at least is like training how to think, in which case in point is good. And a lot of the entrepreneurial books actually are pretty good too. Like technically consultants are entrepreneurs, they are entrepreneurs before a client, so that is something as well. But I personally don't really recommend books. I recommend observing real life and really learning about new technology, so at least in technology consulting. But the question was specifically for consulting. I think it's just be a good problem solver and be a good communicator.
What would you do differently about going through the home buying process next time?
When I first answered this, I did not answer this with Addison in the room, but I would have said that next time don't get your parents' opinion involved so much in the decision making. And like sometimes, for example, like I know Addison's parents mean well, but like when they send listings of these 1-bedroom condos in this neighborhood we were not interested in, they were like, oh, Addison, you should go do this open house, without even having me go to the open house. I was like, you know, I'm also buying this place, like why am I not included? So I think like a lot of times their opinions really weigh down on what we thought. But so I would say like moving forward, just don't really have them involved. Like we will still consider it for anything that may bring up. Like for example, we were considering the Park Slope condo. So if you were looking into our real estate vlogs, definitely check it out over here. And I think like because of that reason, we actually chose not to go for that place when we saw how small it was. And they actually, I don't know, they went to the open house with us without us knowing. So I was like, that is intrusive. Like it's like you have no trust in us. I mean, it is our first home, so even if we messed up, it is our first home, so we would learn from it. But yeah, that I would just make sure not to get your parents to make such a big influence in your decisions. We are now in Century City Mall. As I promised, I'm taking you on my travels as Sally Chen here is going to be reading me my questions to answer.
All right. What is the fun part of making YouTube video for you?
Alright, so I think the fun part is honestly coming up with ideas to make videos on, because I think if I was limited to just tech consulting, I wouldn't like that part. But because I kind of I expanded it to money, New York City, now vlogging, it just feels like everything I'm doing can kind of go towards a certain angle that I want to go for. So like for example, now we're gonna have this California vlog, and I'm breaking this up into like the real estate one where we were going through Sally's apartments, well not her apartments, but we're doing like showings, and then I'm also doing on like Would You Rather Money Edition, which we're gonna do at Huntington Gardens and Library, and then now we're doing Ask Me Anything in California. Like, it's pretty cool to kind of document parts of my life. So that's what I liked about my journey.
What has been the best project you have worked on during your time in Accenture?
So I feel like everyone who talks about that, they talk about like, oh my god, I learned this during my project, or I did that. But like, honestly, my favorite project is the one I went to do international travels for some reason. So I was able to go to Iceland, Netherlands, specifically Amsterdam, Copenhagen. Yeah, that's it. But like, I was supposed to go to Germany, and then I missed my flight, so I ended up going to Iceland.
All right, last question for Century. What is a quote that you live by?
So this is actually my yearbook quote from high school. It is like, you miss, I forgot the exact wording. It's like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, from Wayne Gretzky. And I think it's funny because whenever I say that, people think it's like from The Office, but no, they're quoting Wayne Gretzky. They're not saying it, they're not initiating this. So I say that because I want to try everything before I say like I've given up or that I like it or whatever. But the only thing that's a hard no is drugs. So the only drug I really take is caffeine. So don't get yourself. Don't think don't take drugs, guys and girls. Stay in school.
That sure smells so good.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, so I see a matcha latte on there. So it smells Asian. All right, so we are here in Century City Mall. We're literally just here drinking our drink. So this doesn't look like a mall because we're not really shopping right now. We're just drinking my little green soul. Excuse me. How rude. How rude. Hello everyone, we're here at Whittier Lake, Whittier Narrows, doing a picnic. Insert footage here. We're gonna go to the next question. Sally, take it away.
Have you ever thought about leaving your job or wish you did more and got noticed for it?
I don't think I want to leave my job anytime soon, but like I think everyone has thought about what they would do if they left, and in my case it would be something in terms of doing something as like entrepreneurship, in this case my co-working cat cafe, or if I wanted to do something more as like a independent consultant or join a smaller technology strategy consulting firm or join a boutique consulting firm in a higher position of leadership. So that's what I would do. And what was the second part of the question?
Or wish you did more and got noticed for it?
I think I did a lot of what I wanted to do to get noticed for already. If anything, give me that promotion, please. Who wouldn't want a promotion?
Okay, next question. Is there a passion project besides tech consulting that you hope to achieve in the future?
Oh, I wanted to answer this, yes. So I kind of wanted to keep this under the wraps, but I'm just gonna say it. I want to do a co-working cat cafe. So the first floor is a cat cafe, and it will have a lot of the foods and snacks and drinks I would like, so including bubble tea. The second floor would be the co-working part. So it's kind of like if you were in the co-working program, or not the program, you're in the co-working membership, you have access to the cat cafe, and the cat cafe itself will have a lot of cats that anyone can adopt. So it's like, like a typical cat cafe that is based off of the Japanese cat cafe model. And the food itself will be like noodle soups, boba, some snacks. Like, for example, Bopomofo is a really good example of Asian food with interesting and innovative drinks, but I'm not gonna copy them. I love you guys, by the way. We just had them today.
Among your cats, who would have the strongest survival skill on a lost island?
I think that Charlotte, by the way, if you don't know, I have 3 cats, Dawn, Sora, and Charlotte. Dawn is a Russian blue. She's 2 years old now. Sora is a Siberian. He is 1.5 years old. And Charlotte is a domestic short hair that actually was my foster cat, and I ended up adopting her. She's 5 years old, and I think she is gonna be the one that survives because she knows like how war has been because of how it's been. She's been in a hoarder situation, so I'm pretty sure she had to compete for resources with them. And not to mention, she has, like, when I see her competing, or not competing, interacting with Dawn and Sora, it's cutthroat. So I think she's very resourceful, very strong, very fast. If you haven't seen my video about me going over her base paws, she is like a cheetah. Oh, she's not a cheetah, but they said that her genetics is closest to a cheetah in terms of the Wildcat Index. So yeah, now I'm gonna give you a little bit of a sneak peek of what this place is. We're doing a little picnic. Check them out. Woo! We are like done with the food, so yeah. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, today we're here in Koreatown waiting for our dinner. Not a reservation. We're online for Korean barbecue at Quarters something. Quarters Barbecue. Quarters Korean Barbecue. And we thought this would be a good time to try it out. So Sally, give me a question.
How do you and your boyfriend deal with working in the same company?
I'm gonna actually provide my answer, and I'm kind of curious about what Ad would say about his response. So I would say for me is that I think that it's pretty difficult to have two people talking on a call at the same time. So we actually put some particular measures for that. We have like a sound, it's not soundproof, but a noise canceling divider between our desks. We have actual noise canceling microphones as well, and so far it's been pretty good. And sometimes if we actually need to be on a call together that also requires a little bit more attention, like a presentation, someone would move to the dining room or the living room to do a call. So mostly it is Addison that does the call, because I do need the webcam, the lighting, the microphone, all that kind of stuff set up sometimes. But it is a struggle, and honestly it's nice to kind of figure this out, because we're going to be working from home for even before pandemic, but even after the pandemic, or even during. I don't know if it's going to be extended or not.
It's a unique experience that most people probably don't want to experience.
Wow.
Christine sucks.
How dare you?
Second question.
What are some weird quirks that your cat does that nobody knows?
Well, that's going to be difficult because I did literally a Meet My Cats video, so I guess I'll try to do one on Charlotte because I haven't done a video on her yet. But I'll say that Charlotte does this thing at like almost every morning, 9 to 10 a.m., something like that, and she just vocalizes a lot. Meow, like shrilling, meowing, yowling, and I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to ask for. Are you looking for food? Are you looking for playtime or cuddles, or I don't know, but it's always around the same time in the morning every day. But somehow on the weekend she does not do anything, so I don't know what.
What other company would you have aimed for if Accenture was not an option?
What other company would I have aimed for if Accenture was not an option? I mean, like, if it was at the time where I was getting hired for Accenture, I don't think I would have qualified for the companies I wanted, which was like Google. But I think I would have gone for like a boutique technology consulting firm or a startup. But the startup has to be something that I'm actually interested in, rather than just getting the job because of I wanted to. So it's definitely going to be like a New York City tech startup. That's what I would have done. Or something related to food and beverages or cats, like Petco. I don't think I want to do Petco, but it is also not a startup, so I don't know, maybe iCuddle. I'll be like, give me my litter box. All right, so we're gonna still be waiting for Korean barbecue. Definitely look out for the vlog on what we're doing. Thank you guys, and see you guys in hiking. Bye. Hello everyone, we are here on, what is this called? Latunia Canyons, Topanga, what is this?
It is Tuna Canyon Park in Topanga.
Tuna Canyon Park in Topanga, where we pissed in the woods because there's no bathroom. So, the last question of this Ask Me Anything is, what is your favorite memory on this trip? Which, by the way, if you didn't know, there was Sally Chen over here. What?
Oh, I'm Sally.
Sally Chen, Addison Chen, They're not siblings, by the way.
We look nothing alike.
Michelle Lamb.
Or
Olivia, do you want to be in it? Are you okay with that?
Sure. You can put your hand in it.
Olivia, by the way, check out her Instagram down below. Her recipes are amazing.
Thank you.
My favorite memory, I mean, I would say this memory, but the day hasn't been finished. Must be like whenever at night we have been having some very deep talks about our lives, because like we never really have that. Mostly it's just through chat, but it's been like whenever Addison
I would say
or
never
Colin.
really had that with the boys.
True.
The three of us talk nonstop and we're kind of bored of each other.
Yeah, and it's good because usually we have to kind of reserve stuff to talk about because of this, but we got the boys to bring in the juice.
yeah.
But yeah, so keep an eye out for that vlog. I don't think we're going to be recording any. I didn't even record any of that because I wanted it to be secret and private and only to ourselves. But I love quality time with my friends and I appreciate it.
So your favorite memory were every night when we just sat on
Yeah, because we learned about each other instead of just enjoyed. But also we were able to see Michelle's life here in California in her element. Even though I want her to be in New York.
It will also be my life.
No!
Be the three of us. It be the three of us. Peace, deuces.
No! We're not moving to
Ad's moving to
Cali.
Cali.
Bye, Christine.
All four of us, like, let's hug.
And that concludes Ask Me Anything. Thank you so much for sending over your questions. We'll do this next time, probably in another trip to make it a little bit more interesting. Thanks, everyone.